Yo, what's up guys? Sam here, welcome back to another video. I've got my iPhone 11 Pro in hand here, my daily driver, and I wanted to run through all the apps that I use, Reminder's not one of them, on a daily basis. So I want to show you my favorite apps, my favorite games, stuff I've been using all the time. Some of these have been on here forever, some of these are brand new, and I want to tell you why I use this. So drop a like if you're excited, hit subscribe for more. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first up, the case on my phone, it is a Rhino Shield crash guard for iPhone 11 Pro. Now, full disclosure, I've worked with Rhino Shield a number of times in the past, but I really like their cases, and it's what has been on my iPhone 11 Pro since the day I got it. I've dropped this so many times, and the Rhino Shield has not failed me yet, including a couple that were pretty perilous, you know, getting out of bed in the morning. Very happy to report my iPhone's fine. Also, the wallpaper is nothing special. You guys can actually find it if you have iOS 13 in the settings app, just under the stock stills. I don't know what it is about this green. You've probably seen it in so many videos since the iOS 13 beta initially came out, but I really dig the flow here. And of course, when you enable dark mode, so let me show you what that looks like right here, you get the dark version, which to me looks even cooler, especially with the OLED screens on the newer iPhones. So here on my first page, there are a lot of Apple apps. For example, I use Apple Music instead of Spotify. I actually prefer Apple Calendar to snap a quick photo. Camera is the best for me, but I do want to start off with some cool third-party applications here. First up, that completely replaces weather for me is Dark Sky. This has been on my iPhone essentially since I've been making videos here on YouTube. I really like the interface here. It's very clear. It's very clean. You could make some of those arguments about the stock weather app, but I find that there's just not enough information. Like, there's no radar. Here, if I want radar, there you go. And I can play it out. It'll show me precipitation in my area. It's arguably best known for its down-to-the-minute weather notifications as well. So next hour precipitation, it will send you a push notification letting you know that you should bring an umbrella or wear a jacket or something. So very great app. Can't say enough good things about Dark Sky. Following Dark Sky is Robinhood. It is the app I use to invest in the stock market, and it's actually served me really well since I started using it. It allows you to invest in pretty much any company that's publicly traded right now, in addition to trading cryptocurrencies too. And I've made, I don't know, a couple bucks on the app. It's really easy to use. You can search for any company with ease. It integrates news. And if you guys actually want to sign up using my code down below, we each get a free stock, which is pretty sweet. Everything about it's really user friendly. So managing stocks, like it sends you a message when you buy or sell, gives you a little bit more information about your purchase. And even like filing taxes with the app, I've had a really great experience with. Plus they're announcing some cool other stuff like earning 1.8% back on uninvested cash. So Robinhood overall, it's allowed me, who knows nothing about stocks, to get involved, and I really appreciate that. Next up is my full-time notes app. It's Bear. This has also been on my iPhone for a couple of years now. I do pay for the pro features to essentially have this sync between all my devices, get a couple of extra themes, the ability to change the app icon to a number of different colors, but I use it just because it supports Markdown. I can enter like hashes to really quickly type a header, and I find that that's easier for me than having to format it manually in something like Pages. I use this for all my video notes. There's also regular updates to this app, and Apple Notes to me just felt really stagnant, so that was the main reason that I switched to Bear. Apollo, this is my favorite Reddit client for sure. I can find all my favorites. My favorite feature, honestly, about Apollo is the fact that I can open it up to a subreddit every single time. So, you know, I'm an Apple YouTuber. I can check out what's happening in r/Apple on demand. It's really easy to swipe to upvote or downvote. You can swipe to comment or save, view your own profile. There's great direct messaging support. This app is the best Reddit client out there. I've tried many others, and I just leave sad. So if you guys don't want to leave sad on Reddit anymore, can't recommend Apollo enough. The support there is off the charts. Next up, Sonos I use to control my speakers. Tweetbot is a Twitter client, so I use this to browse Twitter all the time. I think this year in and year out is the most used app on my phone. I don't know why I'm on so much. I say it's for work. It's probably just because I enjoy using Twitter. To me, this app's so much cleaner. It's so much more responsive and easy to use than the Twitter primary client. Plus, there's no ads. So this syncs up with your Mac or your iPad if you also have the Tweetbot apps there, which you notice is a common theme. I really like when I can open one thing on my phone and then continue where I left off on my Mac or my iPad. And Tweetbot for Twitter has been the best version of that experience. This is one of those experimental apps that I saw floating around the App Store lately, but I'm not sure if it's actually going to go anywhere. Same with YouTube Studio. Like, why would you ever need to track your video stats? Snapchat, I don't know, it's all right. There's also a lot more ads in that application now, and I'm kind of sounding like an old man, but I don't know. I'm starting to lose my love for Snapchat and social media broadly, which is why I moved Instagram to the second page. I just feel like it really consumes way too much time. Tesla, I'm not trying to flex, like I just have that on my phone because because, you know, I use it for my car. Here's my first folder on my phone. It starts on page 2 right here, and I just have a bunch of Apple apps that serve some purposes that I haven't felt like deleting because I do use them from time to time. I just don't use them super frequently. 1Password here is great. It allows me to use these super complex passwords. Full disclosure, again, I've also worked with them as a sponsor, but I kept it on here because I just like the product. But this one's pretty cool because using the same password's bad. I got hacked on a number of places recently, so I had to change everything, and now I'm secure, I'm locked down, and I'm feeling really good. Next folder right here for the Google Party, which everybody is probably a part of. I like a lot of these applications. Google Photos gives you free unlimited photo backup. I don't think that they take care of our data very well, but you do get free backup. Deliveries is a package tracker right here that allows you to keep a tab on all of your orders. I don't order like a ton of stuff online, but when I do, it's nice to see what day it's arriving. This one also syncs between devices as well, and the interface is clean. You can name things right there, and you can also, like, if you're sending things out, if you're a business, it's really cool. You can scan labels too. So if you want to track packages that you're sending out, or maybe you're returning, you can just scan the label and it will go right into the app too. Speed test, of course, because I got to make sure my internet's good. I always test the Wi-Fi whenever I'm somewhere new, and I mean, LTE is like pretty good now, but I still use that all the time. PayPal is a must for me. I use this to send money between friends and family, when working with sponsors. Chase is my bank that I use, which is really boring. Both of those aren't too exciting. Amazon, again, I don't use that often, but every once in a while, like, my mom was like, can you get me one of those long lightning cables? And I was like, sure, mom. So I ordered it for her on that the other day. I have a couple of LifeX bulbs, which are very similar to Philips Hue. They allow you to change the color or the intensity of the white hue, which is cool, and you can do that through the app. Although I will say the app has actually been pretty janky, and I don't enjoy using it that much. I think Philips Hue is a lot better, so I can't honestly say, like, go out and buy LifeX because they're just okay at best. Now we're starting to dig a little bit deeper into my persona. All right, so I'm kind of into streetwear. I've developed an interest in that over the past couple of years. So StockX is like this really cool online marketplace for pretty much everything. Essentially, you're paying resale on all of this. Like, you're not getting these for, you know, the $220 that they sell for. If I wanted to buy my size right now, if anybody wants to send me some Yeezys, you obviously have to pay a lot more, but it's verified, it's authentic, so you know everything that you're getting for and paying for is real. And they also have like clothing on here. Nike sneakers is to get some new shoes whenever they come out on release day for retail, so that I can either keep them or sell them on StockX. Goat is the exact same idea as StockX. They recently changed their app icon. Yeah, real creative, just a black logo. I thought that was a mistake, but no, that was a clear branding move. But again, you can buy any of these shoes that you want in here, and I've actually found the prices on here are generally higher, but I think it may ship a bit quicker. I bought some wrong sizes of some stuff lately, so I downloaded Depop. This is actually an app some of you may be familiar with. You can essentially download it and then start selling things on here. It's sort of like an eBay, but just for clothes, which I kind of like that niche area. Like, trying to sell something broadly on eBay now, people don't pay you. It's really clunky. So who knows? I mean, today you're watching this video, maybe tomorrow you're wearing a pair of the pants I used to own. Drop list gives you an overview of when new items are dropping. Farfetch is sort of for like retail, super high-end luxury brands. They have a ton of stuff on here, but they had a sale recently when I was able to scoop up some stuff that I really enjoyed. Filler right there is just an app to like try to autofill your details really quickly whenever there is a drop of something like a sneaker. And Essence is actually an app I wanted to talk about for a really long time. The design here is phenomenal. Whenever you click on something, you can just swipe through to look at very similar items from the same brand, like maybe similar color scheme. I really wish that every app was like this, where if you're looking at a shoe, you can just swipe around and even see a mini preview down below. This is probably the best design app on my entire phone. And there's also a big sale happening here where I was able to scoop up some really nice stuff. Also, you may look like this in like a year after you download it. Okay, this is a little weird. Like, see, this is why hypebeasts get a bad rap, because like, what is this? Who wants this on their shirt? That's so weird. Overcast is awesome. If you guys like podcasts, you gotta give this a listen. There is some really great integration here. Again, it syncs between devices. You can download or stream podcasts, and there's this really great feature which you gotta use, Smart Speed. It shortens silences, so it'll play at like 1.15x speed, where you won't even notice that there's anything different, but you can get through podcasts a lot quicker, or adjust the speed to 2x, 3x, whatever you're most comfortable with. But this part's awesome, and it's the reason that I use this app over Apple Podcasts. Clash Royale is also a long-running one on here. I actually recently re-downloaded it. It was in a lot of older videos. I just like it. It's like tower defense based. I'll put up a screenshot or video cap of the last time I was playing it. It's a different type of 3D tower defense, and I've always really been into those games like Bloons Tower Defense back in the day. It's made by Supercell, so it is very well supported, and there's a ton of in-app purchases, of course, but I play it just for fun. We're getting a little bit more niche right here. I've got a lot of apps revolving around cryptocurrency. I'm very personally interested in that space, as well as like Fidelity for investing in retirement. I've gotten a bit more into interested in the financial sector in the past 12 months, I'd say. Stash is very similar to Robinhood, but instead of focusing like on individual stocks, it allows you to invest in mutual funds, which are a bit safer and less volatile. Cryptocurrency, the exact opposite, very volatile, new space, but I see a lot of cool applications, and I've done a lot of research on what that could mean. By the way, none of this is financial advice. I'm not saying go out and buy some of this stuff. I'm just showing you what is personally on my phone. Discord is awesome. Anytime I'm playing League of Legends, which this is the companion app right there just to see which of my friends are online, Discord allows you to talk really high quality. It is 10 times better than Skype, and I used to use Skype to talk to friends online. I haven't gone back to Skype since I downloaded that app about 5 or 6 years ago now. Next up, I always get frustrated with LinkedIn. I'm debating leaving the platform just because the resume portion is cool. Like I love the idea of being able to view everyone's resumes virtually, but I don't like the post feed section where everyone just talks about how great they are all day. It's really annoying. It's really pretentious. And at the end of the day, I don't think it matters. Speaking of greatness, I'm still a very basic guitar player, and I find some tabs to play chords from time to time. I'm currently working on bar chords, and if my tuner isn't with me or it's acting up, I'll use Guitar Tuna, which is actually really great. Going right along with the music theme here is Shazam. I have this set so that every time I open the app, there's a setting that will auto Shazam. I think you guys can find that if you go here and then settings. Shazam on app start. So anytime I hear a song, then I don't know what it is, just like, oh, let me open up Shazam, see what's here, and I've Shazammed all these songs that have become some of my favorites very quickly, and it's very well supported. This is actually an Apple-owned app, which a lot of people don't know. Next up, NordVPN. Again, full disclosure, a longtime sponsor, but that's not the reason I still have the app on my phone. I have the app on my phone because I really like the service, and it allows me to browse more anonymously online, which is the whole point of a VPN, and I feel really comfortable with Nord not sharing my data instead of my data going everywhere else. Moving on to the final page here, you guys can definitely see over time I have tried to slim down all the clutter on my phone. Halide is one I talked about recently. It allows you to shoot in RAW. So for example, I'm going to take this reference photo right here. If I tap here, you're going to see the RAW version, which is ever so slightly different. It sort of tweaks the way light is applied, but it's much higher quality than JPEG. And you can't shoot RAW in the stock Apple photo app. And there's also some really cool other stuff you can do, like manual focus. Yeah, you think that Apple would have that in the normal iPhone app, but you can't. You can only do that in here. The support for this app is also insane. The design is very tactile, responsive. It's a great app. It's a couple bucks, so it does cost money. I don't have a ton of paid apps on here. This is one of them, and I'd say overall it's been worth it. Craigslist recently launched an application, and I'm a big fan of the design. I have been in the market for some stuff recently, so you can just go on here and search. Oh god, I'm afraid what happens when I search for iPhone. But, you'll see all for sale, and then you can just see, you can see this stuff right here. And, I don't know if I'd ever buy an iPhone from Craigslist myself, but if you want to, it's out here. I actually haven't used the service yet, but I plan to whenever I move into a new apartment sometime soon, which goes into this app. Oh man, I'm skipping around. Is that allowed? I don't know. Apartments.com is pretty great for actually just finding like a bulk of properties and seeing what fits in your budget, seeing what features and amenities you'd like. I haven't bought anything directly because of the service just yet, but it's been a fantastic way to just sort of get a bird's eye view of everything offered in a particular area and also be terrified by the rent in some places. Jumping back up here to Annie Ann's, I will lose my mind for an Annie Ann's pretzel. These are fantastic, and yes, you bet I use the rewards program. I got 150 out of 250 points. Every 250, guys, you get a free pretzel, which is a deal you just can't beat. To counter my happiness there, I'm able to view my Verizon bill, which is amazingly. Get this, guys. Guess how much my phone bill is a month? Verizon still manages to charge me over $100 a month. Now, I do have the Apple Watch service, so I think that's part of it, but Verizon, you guys are killing me out here. If I wasn't an Apple YouTuber, I would not use Geekbench 5, but it allows me to benchmark test whenever new software's out to see if, like, spec-wise, things have gotten faster or slower. It's kind of cool to see changes between updates from time to time. Abs and core, I haven't touched lately, but I'm still doing my abs at the gym. This thing is actually really great for an ab workout. Like, let me show you a little. Oh, and they have a very nice narration. But, this stuff is awful. Like, you feel really bad after it, but apparently it's supposed to actually do something for your core. Jimmy John's right here, I'm also a major fan of. This is fantastic on days when I don't have time to eat and I've got to work all day. And right here, of course, when you order, you get some free stuff. Just by signing up, you guys get a free sandwich. So if there's a Jimmy John's near you, literally just sign up on the app and you will get a sandwich for free. SoundCloud, I don't use a ton, but I actually have been able to find some really great new artists on here, or some old stuff like, you know, Travis Scott stuff that isn't currently on a streaming service. So I really enjoy using the application. They do this all the time. They do tell you how great their 50% off service is. There's some great hits on here that you'll find before they sort of like enter the mainstream. And then you can be like, hey, I found it on SoundCloud first. Angry Birds Pop right here is like every other Bubble Pop game, but it's fun because it's Angry Birds. And just look at how satisfying this is. Like, I'm usually not one that falls for the satisfying videos, but oh man, I mean, my stress has gone away exponentially just since I saw the icon. Next up is TikTok. I know I'm late to the trend here, but recently one of my friends got TikTok famous. It got like 2 million plays in a couple of days, and this is actually an amazing TikTok. And I was like, you know what? If one of my good friends is gonna make it, it's time for me to sign up to TikTok. So I'll leave his profile link down below. Definitely go ahead and check him out. Words with Friends I got back into recently because I've been on a big Scrabble bender lately. My queue allows me to open and close my garage door from my app, which is very, very nice. Credit Karma allows you to view how much debt you have, to see how much you're paying off, how much you're spending. They also have a somewhat cool savings solution that seems to give you a higher savings return than other people. Spot Hero, if you are ever in Chicago or Los Angeles or pretty much anywhere else, you guys can use this to get a super cheap parking spot, like all day in Chicago. From now until the end of the day. 3 a.m. in Chicago. Do you realize how absurd that is to go downtown? 12 bucks. You cannot beat Spot Hero. Finally, I love riding bikes with my girlfriend, so we found all these different applications depending on where we are, and also like Lime's really fun for the scooters. So as it's pretty much nightfall here, I want to wrap up this video showing you what's on my iPhone 11 Pro. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did, hit subscribe for more, and I'll see all of you in the next one.